In this series of recordings, we'll be talking about the operation called chamfer. Now, chamfer can actually be reached by clicking on the icon for chamfer, for going into the operation chamfer. And it should also be noted that even if you're doing a profile and pocket operation, say profile for example, I can also click on the profile and transfer over to a chamfer operation. This is helpful if you've done a profile operation and then you've done a save and copy, and that geometry that you had in the profile was also good for that chamfer. I'm going to go out of here right now. I'm going to go directly into chamfer from the ribbon. Click on chamfer, and we have here two options for geometry. The standard, this is without feature recognition. You'll note in this particular case there's no model protection, and if I choose with feature recognition, the target 3D model protection is turned on. It should be noted that in both cases I can also toggle these on and off for 3D model protection. I'm going to keep it with the 3D model protection, and I'm going to choose a geometry. Over here, the direction of the geometry is also important. And what I want to do is put a little chamfer on this edge over here. I'll click on that edge, and it took that entire edge around the part, as this is using constancy and tangent propagation. In this particular case, it is constant Z. It should be noted that even though we have target protection, let's go back into my field, even though we do have target protection available, and in essence what we'll be doing over here is that we will be gouging this corner with the tool. In chamfer operation, we allow for the cutting edge of the chamfering tool to actually gouge the target itself, removing the sharp corner from this part. So let's continue, and I'll choose a tool. In this particular case, I'm going to be using a chamfer mill. Now note, I've already defined a chamfer mill with a 4mm diameter and a 90-degree angle. Take a look at the tool also as well. You can see that the cutting length is just this area over here, a total of 2 millimeters. Now, what I mentioned before about gouging the part, only the cutting edge is allowed to gouge. This will not be allowed to touch the part at all, because that is where the 3D model protection comes into play. I'll accept that, and then we'll go into our levels. In our levels, we have our upper level, which I want to have on this top face over here. And the chamfer depth, I just want to have it at 0.2 millimeters. Break the edge at 0.2 millimeters. In my next recording, we'll talk about the technology page.